Welcome to Stones That Speak, the show where architecture tells the stories of faith, power, and imagination. I'm your host, Sarah Jones. Today, we're embarking on a journey to France, specifically to a historic hilltop city that has been graced by one truly extraordinary monument, Chartres Cathedral. Often referred to as a Bible in stone, this cathedral is famed for its extraordinary ability to convey the narratives of Christianity through its sculpture and stained glass. Today's episode will explore why Chartres is regarded as a masterpiece of Gothic architecture.
That sounds incredible, Sarah. I'm really excited to learn more about Chartres Cathedral. It's fascinating to think about how a building can serve as a textbook of religious stories and teachings through art. What are some of the cathedral's key features that make it so exceptional?
Excellent question. Chartres Cathedral is known for its stunning twin spires, towering above the landscape and offering an iconic silhouette against the sky. One of these spires is designed in a more sober Romanesque style, while the other, rebuilt in the 16th century, is a flamboyant Gothic needle with intricate lacy stonework that almost seems to rise like a delicate flower reaching for the heavens. As we approach the cathedral's west front, we face the captivating royal portal, which is adorned with elongated statues that frame three intricately carved doorways. Above these doorways, a magnificent rose window serves as a focal point, creating a breathtaking entrance that beckons visitors inside.
It sounds like a grand spectacle, but I understand that Chartres has a story of destruction and rebirth. Can you tell us more about that?
Absolutely. The history of Chartres Cathedral is indeed a narrative of resilience. The original Romanesque cathedral was nearly destroyed in a fire back in 1194, with only fragments surviving, such as the crypt and the western portals. There's a touching legend that amid the ashes, a cherished relic known as the Veil of the Virgin survived. This relic sparked a remarkable surge of pilgrimage to Chartres from all over Europe. Motivated by both reverence and the opportunity for economic growth, townspeople and nobles collaborated to rebuild the cathedral impressively fast, resulting in one of the first fully Gothic cathedrals as we know it today.
That's absolutely fascinating. So what are some distinctive features inside the cathedral itself? I've heard a lot about its interior, especially the nave and the labyrinth.
Once you step inside, the experience is breathtaking. The nave is one of the tallest in France, soaring over 37 meters high, invoking a sense of weightlessness and grandeur. With clustered columns, ribbed vaults, and pointed arches, the architecture seems to reach for the heavens. But one of the most intriguing aspects is the winding labyrinth embedded in the floor of the nave. In the Middle Ages, pilgrims would follow this path as a symbolic journey to the Holy Land, tracing the way of the cross without actually leaving the church. It provided a meditative experience and a spiritual connection right where they stood.
A real spiritual journey, right in the heart of the cathedral. And I understand that the royal portal has its own special significance. What stories are told through the sculptures there?
Indeed, the royal portal is nothing short of staggering. As you stand before it, your gaze is drawn to the detailed tympanums that illustrate biblical stories. These sculptures depict the majesty of Christ and reminders of the last judgment that await every soul. Flanking the doors are slender, elongated figures representing kings, queens, and prophets from the Old Testament, all crafted in the 12th century. Their calm expressions and individualized features provide a bridge between the stylized forms of Romanesque art and the emerging naturalism of Gothic sculpture. It's like stepping into a living scripture.
What an amazing blend of artistry and spirituality. And I know that Chartres is famous for its stained glass as well. What can you tell us about that?
Chartres Cathedral is world-renowned for its stained glass windows, boasting over 150 that date primarily from the early 13th century. Miraculously, many of these windows have survived intact. The artisans who crafted them used vivid blues and deep reds, creating a luminous effect that brightens even the gloomiest of days. The windows tell stories in small, interconnected scenes, almost like medieval comic strips, narrating episodes from Christ's life, the Virgin Mary, and various saints. Many also include symbols related to trades and guilds that contributed to funding these beautiful works. The south rose window is particularly iconic, portraying harmony with its circular design, radiating figures that echo the order of creation.
It's truly captivating when you consider how each pane of glass serves as both art and a lesson in faith. I can only imagine the devotion that went into creating those windows. I understand that these chapels contribute to the feeling of intimacy and community within the cathedral. Can you tell us more about them?
Absolutely. As we meander toward the east end of the cathedral, we find ourselves in the apsidal chapels, which form a ring of smaller spaces dedicated to private prayer. These chapels provide a sanctuary for contemplation amid the larger scale of the cathedral. Among them, one chapel stands out as the revered home of the Veil of the Virgin. This relic was believed to have been worn by Mary herself and became a major pilgrimage destination throughout the Middle Ages. Pilgrims would flock to seek healing and support, leaving offerings that financed the cathedral's upkeep and adornments. Over the centuries, more relics and treasures found their home within these chapels, turning Chartres into a significant center of both spiritual and economic activity.
Such a rich tapestry of faith and community. It's amazing to think about how Chartres has endured so much through history, especially considering how many other churches were damaged during conflicts. How did it manage to escape these fates?
Remarkably, Chartres Cathedral has remained largely intact throughout wars and revolutions that have left scars on many French churches. There were times when its stained glass windows were carefully removed for safety and restored later. And while the building has undergone careful restorations over the years, its medieval core still stands largely untouched. Today, it offers an authentic experience of high Gothic architecture, showcasing how stone and light can combine to evoke mystery and transcendence. Not just tourists but modern pilgrims visit, walking its labyrinth and pausing before the glass, seeking to connect with a space that has served so many purposes over the centuries.
That multifaceted nature of the cathedral really adds to its significance. Toward the end of today's journey, what do you hope our listeners take away from our exploration of Chartres Cathedral?
I want them to realize that Chartres Cathedral is more than just a monument. It's a carefully composed story told in architecture, sculpture, and color. This cathedral invites every generation to read its tales anew. It's a powerful reminder of how one structure can embody centuries of belief and artistry. In future episodes, we will continue to explore other cathedrals whose walls still echo with centuries of footsteps and prayer, highlighting how each tells its own unparalleled story in time. Chartres stands out, offering profound lessons on resilience, beauty, and spirituality in the face of history.
I can't wait for our next journey through history and architecture. Thank you, Sarah, for guiding us through the incredible story of Chartres Cathedral. Until next time, everyone, keep looking up and appreciating the stories that the structures around us tell.
Thank you for listening to Stones That Speak. Until next time, may your journeys be filled with wonder and discovery.